Play that funky
Play that
music.
funky music. Green bean.
Okay, and
Like
we'll
I don't know why I
sing.
sing that, and the
transition.
busting makes me feel good. Tune.
It's a good feeling.
Okay. Anyways, number 3, which would be Mr. Kipper. Would you mind telling us what happened the last session?
Finally, I get redemption. Let's see. Here it is. Let's see. In last episode, Vithius appears to Ambrose in the Feywilds and says kind, turtly things to him. Ambrose conveys his worries, but Vithius gives him turtly advice. He cracks a mean joke. Vithius is a lady, isn't she?
Yes.
Or just a turtle.
Mother
she
of
cracks-
the earth, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. She cracks a mean joke, unbreaking turtle eye contact. More turtle wisdom. He wakes up in the Arcane Academy. Kipper checks on Rexmoa's health. Rexmoa says, "I'm just peachy." Those exact words. It happened that way. Yes, it did. I never lie. And then Kipper released the orphan flood into the room and watched as they smothered Rexmoa. Taurin is outside, and by the way, this is exactly as I have written everything down. This is how I'd, absorbed last session. Taurin is outside the city enjoying the wilderness, and then suddenly, Dragon appears. Dragon is coming to get that city, y'all. Taurin booking it to the city as well. I don't want to say this part.
Say it.
You don't have to. No one's making you say it. You could just say
No,
it differently.
I'm saying it's too late. Dragon splootin' flame. Poot, poot, poot. Oh no. Taurin summons her
What?
elemental and has him put fires out. You heard me poot, 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 okay? Did I stutter? A little bit. Ambrose sees the dragon, and the dragon keeps spraying fire on Port Strale. Ambrose starts booking it to go and help Zephyr with putting out fires and helping people get to safety. Rexmoa and Kipper witness the dragon, and Kipper tells Rexmoa he need to get to a high place, and then Rexmoa uses Windstep to bring them both to the top of the arcane tower. Let's see. Taurin's spell grazes the dragon, but then Zephyr casts Vanilla Ice Blast on the dragon. It's super effective. Rexmoa jumps off the tower with Kipper, and then they get teleported to where Dishonor is. Dragon lands at the control tower. Everyone assembles as Kipper steps forward, Ren and Rexmoa summoning walls to mitigate damage to the city and its people, as well as for defense. Kipper starts asking questions of Fisher, the one riding the dragon and also Kipper's brother. Fisher ignores him and begins addressing the city, saying they should surrender and stuff. Kipper continues yelling at him and approaching. Ambrose confronts Fisher on what he's doing, and Fisher says he's planning to take control of Port Strale, and then all of the western continent. Kipper hears this and laughs that it's shallow, and then Fisher yells and has his dragon whip him with his tail into a wall Rin made. Everyone gets cranky. Kipper gets up again, even though Rexmoa puts a wall in front of him, and he leaps toward both the dragon and Fisher. Also saying some not nice things to Rexmoa. Is not what he should have said. It was uncouth. He then taunts him and says he's scared because the power is not his, and Fisher begins approaching because of this. Just because, getting taunted does that. When Fisher gets to him, he grabs Kipper by the throat and just looks him in the eye. Kipper says, "I loved you," and then begins pouring smoke from his eyes and his mouth. The team attack Fisher during this, and he teleports back onto the dragon. Kipper jumps toward the dragon despite the protesting of literally everyone, witnessing, as he tries to get to Fisher before he flies away, which would very much kill him, very badly kill him. But before that happens, Rexmoa tries to get him with rock grabby, which is the technical term that is definitely used. But unfortunately, Rexmoa had just previously given him an evasion item, which kind of made him evasive. And but Ren successfully polymorphs Kipper into a rabbit, which like just kind of made him a little ball of angry tear. Oh, the next part says Kipper is mentally destroyed. His voice has been taken away before he could yell for Fisher. I think we already know that part. After they left, Kipper is turned back, where he continues to billow smoke, asking who turned him into rabbit and why specifically. Rexmoa tries to tell Kipper to get a grit and ask him what good would getting himself killed do, but Kipper is inconsolable and he's seeing red. And then, unfortunately, he takes his anger out on Rin, who had just saved him from potentially jumping to his death. Just all the insecurities and stuff. Meanwhile, Ambrose has already left to go help people in the city. And Kipper just says horrible, mean things to Ren, and Ren responds in kind, and Kipper says he's leaving the city. And then he walks out, and that's around, I think, where we left off. Was that acceptable?
Is very fair. Yes, exactly. Good. So,
Didn't miss anything, at least.
no, yeah, that's pretty good. So,
I missed everything last time.
as you guys pretty much continue the aftermath of this dragon attack and this warning that the dragon rider gave pretty much the whole town. Well, he did address the people of Port Strale with a grim warning that if they are not going to bend the knee, they will be all burned. Because he is going to get a very huge army, and they're gonna march down into Port Strale, and, well, they're not gonna be merciful. So, as things pretty much settle down after the fact, the city is, well, not in good shape after the dragon burned quite a large portion of the main district of the city of Port Strale. So, let's see. Now, you guys are deciding to do things. We asked all of you what you guys were gonna do as Port Strale was in this specific place. Like, what were your actions? Because if we recall, Rexmoa did ask for a boat to go to Misspell as fast as they could, following the dragon attack. The dragon is intending on taking the kingdom of Misspell first. So, would you guys want to tell me what your characters will be doing? Let's start from the right side. Ambrose, what would your character be doing in this scenario?
Well, currently, while I do wish to return to the Arcane Academy before we leave, there is more important things on my mind, and that is what's around me. So I will spend, well, basically the entire day until I get told off properly, even avoiding food and drink to help those around in Strale. And notably, I will be going towards where the initial attack occurred, but I will be stopping along the way to help anyone I see. So I am, technically speaking, heading towards the main district, but I'm really just kind of... If I see something going on, I will go there and help. Using Vithius' blessing to aid others, and also just using the benefits of my larger form to get people to safety. But ultimately, I will be foregoing my own comfort for the sake of others.
What are some of the things that you will be helping out?
So, as I said, I will use what little remains of Vithias' blessing to calm people down and use her warmth onto others to help grant them a sort of sanctity in the situation that is going on. Using my status as hero to comfort them and tell them to probably go to the stations that I know would be safer. I imagine there's probably been like things set up through House Trishul and Gillum to get people to safer areas and like small like temporary dwellings for them, even if it's not like an actual like house or anything, but just like a place to get people together and have like food ready. I imagine there's probably something being prepared for that, and using my status, I will take that to push people towards the like shelters. But as I head downward, I will be moving things out of the way because I imagine there's a lot of rubble around, even if it was just purely dragonfire, and helping as I walk through the guards like douse some of the flames.
Okay. I want you to give me a D100. Just for something. Okay.
72.
Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, this is basically kind of like not like an effort, but like how well your actions help the people.
I'm essentially trying to do a mixture of rallying and also helping them myself.
And you see that as you start to do all of that, people start joining you and helping. At first, people were scared. Obviously, naturally they would be. But people start joining you in helping, in making all of the effort as well to make yourself be heard, and obviously do the things that you are also doing. For example, helping lead people while you are in some place, maybe handing you tools or some other help for you to be able to move rubble and get people out. The injured are many, that is a fact. And there may have been some casualties, of course. Infrastructure very damaged. It is, after all, a dragon, very big one at that, attacking. And well, as I said, it doesn't go without any sort of destruction. But you are able to help out, and even after these few days where life in Port Strale has been one like jump to very shocking things to another, people are willing to help you. People are there with you. And the guards
also, sorry, I'll also say that something that Ambrose will be doing is, if there is someone that is currently like stuck in, like surrounded by fires, Ambrose will just go right through them to help them. Not only does he have the resistance to fire thanks to Borealis' enchantment, but being that it is Ambrose, naturally he would not mind a bit of burns if it means helping Strale.
I would say that due to the enchantment, it's probably very minimal. You're not gonna get like, super burned. You have an enchanted set of armor, pretty much. So whatever you take is, as I said, very minimal. It's like I burned myself with the kitchen pan kind of deal, But yeah, as Greenie said it, people needed a show of courage, and that is what you are giving them. With that, we're gonna move along to the next person, which would be Kipper, what are you going to be doing?
Well, last we saw, Kipper was just walking in the general direction of the exit of the city. At this point, still kind of smoky all around him, so he's not really seeing much of the... He has, like, major tunnel vision going on, where he's really just seeing the general path in front of him, and he's kind of tuning out everything else. But as he's walking, and as he slowly calms down bit by bit, and the fog starts leaving, he starts seeing the rubble and the houses currently being put out of fire, and the people on the sides that have burns or concussions, and he just slowly starts getting over himself and is like, I can't leave just yet. So he just starts healing, despite, like, he's definitely healing while emotional, but he's still he's not gonna use any of the healing on himself. I know that he got a mild amount of damage from the burn on his neck, but he's going to neglect that as he heals people on his way. He will make ascending call, though, if that's okay.
Okay, who are you doing the sending to?
Logistically, it would make most sense to... let me just check to see how much mana Kipper has.
I think sending is 3 mana.
I
Yeah.
think so, yes.
I just want to see if I can potentially send to more than one person. I can send to 2 people. I have 6 mana currently.
Okay.
I think I used mostly bonus action cantrip type stuff in the last thing, except for one thing that I can't. Oh, light. No, the light was cantrip.
Well, light is a cantrip, yeah.
Yeah, I forget what I used, but in the last session I used something mana related.
You sure
I
it wasn't just the Cloak of Fog, which doesn't require mana?
I don't think I didn't take the mana off for Cloak of Fog.
No, I'm saying it doesn't require mana. It's just a special feature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember using mana at all last session, but I could also just be misremembering.
Yeah, I definitely do that. Okay. You know what? Kipper's gonna start off his call to the mayor of Mistbell.
Okay.
And he's gonna say, Mayor, this is Kipper. And he's really thinking about it, and I'm also thinking about it currently, of how to say it in 20 seconds.
The
Not
20
seconds,
words, yes.
20 words.
25. It's 25.
Oh,
25.
25!
Yeah.
Life just got so much better. Wow. Mistbell is in grave danger.
Okay.
A man leading a dragon sets his sights on the city.
Mm-hmm.
Rally your forces and evacuate if possible.
You cut some in, evacuate.
Okay, that's perfect.
Hey, that's
pretty
still gets the
good.
point across.
The
So
point across got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
question is he gonna respond?
A few moments pass,
He's
Kipper.
probably going to.
A few moments pass, Kipper, where you hear no message. To the point where you start getting worried. But then the feeling of this magical feeling of sending comes back to you. And he goes, city's been evacuated. A lot of people didn't make it. He has some sort of power. People follow him.
So, oh dang.
A group,
People follow him? Is
yes,
that what
people
was said?
follow
Okay.
him. A group left. We are in a town nearby.
Okay.
Safe so far.
That safe so far.
Mhm.
End of message.
Yep, in the message. So it had like 2 words, but
Now, I'm so happy that Kipper talked to the mayor first, because this does greatly affect the next call. Kipper would like to call Jagrin, the only member of his original family that is still on speaking terms with him.
with who? Sorry.
Jagrin?
Mhm,
Do you
no,
remember?
No, yeah, I know. I do remember. I just didn't hear you. It kind of cut off for me for a second.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, of course. What do you want to do?
I guess Kipper's gonna even forget to address the fact that it's him, but probably the fact that Jagrin and Kipper grew up together. Jagrin will probably know it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Jagrin, I heard what happened to Miss Bell. Please tell me you're okay. I'm sorry I couldn't have come sooner. I just need to hear your voice. Are you safe? I love you.
Okay.
Respond when possible. I'm on my way.
It cuts on. I'm on, and then it cuts.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, same deal. A little moment pass. This time is a little bit longer. Nothing really. Like you start getting really stressed about it to the point where you don't even know if you're gonna get a response. But you hear the voice coming back after a moment, saying, "Some of us are safe. Many people injured. We are in Riverdale nearby. Mayor's here. This person is very powerful. Are you sure this is a good idea?"
And unfortunately, Kipper will not respond because he is officially out of mana.
Mm-hmm.
And as this is happening, Kipper is actively healing someone's burn. And, well, not healing the burn because he doesn't have enough mana for that anymore. He's just kind of treating it with ointments and bandages.
Okay. I want you to give
Because-
me a medicine check. Just a general medicine.
Okay.
Okay. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, you are very good. Your medicine training shows. Your skill is, it shows how you are knowledgeable in the arts of healing. You are able to get people treated with whatever sort of first aid you may have on hand. Of course, you don't have any mana to use for spells, but you are still a medic nonetheless. So you also take your time and do help and try and heal whoever you can. For you, it's going very well. As I said, you are able to do it. All right. And with that, we are going to go to the next one, which would be Rexmoa.
Is Zafir still Zahir?
Yeah. I mean, they will also be trying to help. Borealis has a little army of tiny, helper robots trying to do things. Zafir is instructing people from the academy and, helping with her telekinetic abilities and stuff like that.
If it's not too much, Lady Zafir, could you conjure another portal back to the Arcane Academy?
She nods, just makes a portal. For her, it's not a difficult thing. You can tell that she has quite a lot of mana. Yeah, she conjures the portal straight to the Arcane Academy. Is there a specific that you want to do? Do you want to,
I want to talk to Michael, Alice, Abby, Josiah, Hawthorne, Balder, Chrysanthemum, Jonathan, Peter, Scout, Luna, and Serena, of course.
Of course.
So
yeah.
I'm probably going to look for them, because Kipper and Rexmoa told them to go hide underground if they could.
Yeah. You can tell, as you enter, the Arcane Academy is a little bit of a mess. Obviously, there's people running around, others are coming in through portals, some of the higher ranking, we'll call them students and teachers are helping out as well, conjuring their own portals, using the Arcane Academy as some sort of shelter or refuge for people, using the infirmary area to treat wounded, and all of that. Of course, the kids would be safe because you left them in the Arcane Academy and they are fine. They did hide as you told them, and eventually with some searching, some asking around to whoever is, not necessarily super busy with what is happening, you would be able to find all of them. And what are you going to tell them?
Kids, me, I don't think Ambrose is quite an uncle quite yet. Me, Ambrose, Kipper, and Taurin are about to leave the city for a very long time. Maybe we might not be back as well, but I wanted to see you all one last time and tell you, even though all this terrifying stuff is happening as of late, that you don't have to be scared of living in this world anymore. Lady Zafir and Lady Borealis, they'll help take care of you while you're here at the Arcane Academy, and whether you continue to stay here or go to the rest of Port Strale or even beyond it, I want you all to believe that you're capable of anything.
the kids are confused and a little bit scared, but you know, they've already been trusting. You, after all, did save them from what could have been a very grim fate.
Mhm.
And they understand. They are understanding, and of course, they all hug you. They all like pile up to hug you,
Mhm.
and they wish you the best. You know, and of course, they will be well behaved, and they will follow the rules of the academy and help out in whatever way they can. Even though, you know, they're probably not gonna be able to do much, but hey,
Mhm.
you know, it's the kid solution, and who are you to break that?
Make sure to listen to Lady Zephyr and Lady Borealis. Don't cause them too much trouble. And also, I guess they might not be mine anymore, but there are 2 dogs at Lady Borealis's place, Rupert and Seraphina. I'm not related, I know. And, well, if you all ever could use some company, I'm sure they would much appreciate seeing you all again as well. Oh, and one more thing. I hand Michael a little scroll, just like neatly wrapped in a very plain cord. Here are, well, the rest of the techniques I wanted to teach you all. You were always the most proficient during our trainings, Michael, so I trust you can take the lead. But remember, these moves are not to be wielded in anger or malice. We use them to protect people, right? Right, Michael?
Michael agrees.
Yeah. I'll just give them all one last hug and I'll say my goodbyes.
Yeah, they do. They give you a very, very strong hug, but eventually, you know, they break off the hug and they go do whatever they can, which is, as they said, not much, but they are. They're being taken somewhere safe or to help with whatever, you know. The older ones, the younger ones, of course, are being taken care of.
And yeah, I'll start making my way back to House Treshul, and I would actually like to go to one more place before then.
What would
I
that
wanted
be?
to go visit Zarjo's house once more, if it is still
Ooh, okay,
there.
yeah. 100%. Zarjo's house, it is in the same district that you are right now, so you can easily get to it first, really, because it is on the Scholars District, if you guys remember. Also, no, he did not hand
I
the
thought
kid
about it, but no.
Caltrops.
Just
That would
inside
be
the
very-
I gotta make
storage,
sure.
That it would
It's
be
just a
very
powered
irresponsible.
Yeah, it was just a scroll of little techniques and trainings they could
Oh
do.
my lord!
What is
Imagine
this
just
gift?
give
Hold on.
the kid
That
a
would be-
set of Caltrops.
I mean, hey,
thought
are we
about-
doing... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I thought about giving them all daggers. I was like, nah,
That's even
irresponsible.
that's probably worse.
I mean,
Oh, my
honestly, is
lord.
handing a bunch of kids a bunch of D4s that different?
Yeah, to be fair, that's kind of the same thing, honestly.
Or Legos.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, what are you going to do in Zarjo's place, Mr. Rexmoa?
Is it open?
Yeah, I mean the house will be vacated.
Oh,
Like
Okay.
completely.
Oh, it's like empty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rexmoa would just walk inside this empty place and reflect upon his first few days in Port Strale along with the party. And he wishes Zarjo and it was May, right? Zarjo and May?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. He hopes that Zarjo and May can once again be in the embrace of the Titans and maybe, you know, have a happily ever after, even if it's not in this world.
I mean, if there is any consolation to this, you do know that in the end they were together.
Mm-hmm. And then he leaves. About burning the house down, but it's empty. It's a little dramatic.
Mm-hmm. I mean, to be fair, as I said, if you recall, when you talk about Zarjo's inventions, Rin did say he was going to, she was going to tell Borealis about it, and you know, get the stuff out of there, because clearly that was going to be a breakthrough of sorts.
Yep.
But now it is kind of odd seeing it empty. Sure, the man didn't have a lot when he was there. It was messy. It was, you know, what you would expect. But it was a home, nonetheless. And now it just feels barren when there's nothing.
Feels a lot bigger without piles of books and scrolls and leftover takeout.
Exactly. Precisely.
He was, in reality, he was just Spider-Man.
Yes, he was. But yeah, you leave the house as, you know, you reminisce about the time that you spent in this town and how things have changed quite a lot. You went from total strangers to helping out what seemed to be a murder mystery to discovering a whole undercover ring of trafficking of people, deadly disease that was being held back and not treated. And of course, a lot of people suffered through it. But you are, in the end, you're glad that you got the people responsible for all of it. While they weren't brought to justice, you delivered the justice yourselves as the party. And so you leave the house. Anything else you may want to do before we go on to the next person?
Nope. I just want to talk to Lady Borealis, and we can do that when
Yep.
we're all together again.
Okay, perfect. So then let's go to the other person, which would be Taurin. What would you be doing in the
Last but
events
not
that just
least.
transparent? Of course, definitely not least.
Well, Taurin would be staring off into the distance, kind of looking at just the rubble and the ash the dragon had left behind at this time. And she would place a hand over her heart and say, Ixis, I may need your strength if this is the threat we're going to face. And she would then be heading off to check on Mina. So I'm not sure, was she at the Arcane Academy again, or was she at Borealis's?
She is at the Arcane Academy, yes.
Okay, yes. So then she would make her way over to the Arcane Academy. If the portal is still there, she wouldn't mind using that.
Yeah.
I mean, we were together. Let's just say that you took it.
Yeah. That's it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you guys are all doing this stuff kind of at the same time, so you know, just
Yeah, you
Alright.
guys would have left at the exact same time to go to the same place, so...
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
So you go to the Arcane Academy, of course. For Mina, since she's older, there is different housings, and of course, there's the other kids that were saved. But yeah, you can find them easily.
Right. Well, and she would go to where Mina's at. Maybe Mina's reading a book or something, and she would approach her little sister.
Mm-hmm.
And she would say, I know us reuniting was brief, but as I've said before, I have unfinished business, and I can't bring myself to have you travel with me. Not yet. And she would sit down next to her and kind of put a hand on her shoulder, on Mina's shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of pause and look around the room. I'm heading out into even more danger than what we've seen here so far. But I want you to wait for me here with my friends, Borealis and Zephyr. They'll be here to help you, of course. If you have any questions, and help you heal, and hopefully you can get your magic back. But when I return, we will go home together. I promise.
She
And in that...
acknowledges...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
She acknowledges what you're doing, and she thinks about it for a second. Obviously, you guys have been split for a while. She doesn't even understand how much time has passed since. Obviously, this is very weird for her. It's been a while. She went, I guess, she got taken and then went back to, you know, self after quite some time. And obviously the first thing that she wants is to be safe. And of course she isn't willing, but eventually she comes to peace with the idea. Obviously you are already doing things that are bigger than, I mean, everybody pretty much. And if you have to go, then you have to go. And of course she will wait and will try and help as well, whatever she can. And of course she is going to rely on House Trishul for whatever it's needed.
Growing up so fast. I hope you understand that this will all come to pass. And we'll be a family again. A whole family. And we'll heal from this.
And she will go and hug you, of course. This is familiar yet unfamiliar feeling for you because, well, she's taller, of course. She is, she's older. So it's kind of different with, you know, how you knew. But the feeling is still the same.
Yeah. She would be like a preteen at this point.
Correct, yeah.
She was like pretty young when she was taken. Taurin, in that moment, getting that hug from her sister, she would just feel like an overwhelming emotions, happy, sad, everything all meshed up into one. And she would hug her sister back, of course, and she would start to probably tear up, trying to hold back her tears, but she would, you know, probably have a few shed in this moment. And she'd give her a big hug, and then she would kiss her sister on the forehead and say, just focus on healing and be strong. I know you are. And I'll write to you as soon as I can.
She nods, and she was obviously not really wanting to let go, but eventually stopping herself and just kind of, you know, letting you do your thing.
Yeah, I'll just take a little moment there, in that hug, in that embrace.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, anything else you want to do?
After that, Taurin would just, you know, bid her farewell to her sister, and then she would go meet up with the party. Not much besides shopping, if we can go shopping, but first, we'll see what the others have to say.
I mean, probably later, because
Mhm.
as I said, this is during a crisis, but
Right, exactly.
you know.
Maybe you could go looting.
Oh, boy.
I mean, they don't know they lost it. How they know? I'm just saying.
That is
Oh,
pretty
boy.
common during catastrophe.
Yes.
Things suddenly going missing.
Oh, look at that! Finders
Like,
keepers. It is
Whoa, all the
9/10 of
invisibility
law.
potions broke on the floor.
Oh my god, the invisibility potions went invisible. How weird.
Oh,
Is this
no.
the jar that Kipper wanted at that shop?
Oh god, imagine those like shattered because of the fire, the heat.
Oh my god. and
Terrible.
just-
Ooh, fucking obliterated. Okay, someone
Go
give me
back
that
to the-
purple sword.
You go back to the shop and it's just gone.
Oh no! That'd be funny.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's all pretty much I would have to do as a player at this
Okay.
point. But as
Okay.
Taurin, that would probably be wrapped up for her at the
All
moment.
right. Sure thing. Yeah, if that is what you want, that's all good. Then, eventually, as the day continues and you guys are doing your own actions, of course, you still have to go to House Trishul. But actually, before all of this, Greenie, what is Rin going to do?
Mm.
While waiting for Rin, I'll also note that Ambrose is not going to return to the manor. He will be staying awake as long as he can.
Wait, so you're not returning to the manor?
He will probably need to have someone like Zephyr or something like you sending on him to say, hey, return to the manor.
Okay.
Just because he will be so focused on the people that he will be foregoing his own rest.
Yeah. Of course. And let's see what Rin wants to do, and then we can proceed.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that since we're waiting on Greenie typing.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, you guys, while this is happening, as I said, this is all happening at the same time. You guys are all doing it at the same time. Alright, let's see. Rin would have gone over to the lower district to help the people there, and would have continued to do that before heading to the academy. However, in the evening, she would have sniffed Ambrose out in cat form and smacked his leg with a paw. There you go.
Okay, well that makes it easier. Probably at the current moment, I am in the middle of continuing to walk about. I imagine you say evening, so I imagine at this point, right now it's more the fires that's actually helping light up the city currently. Especially since we would be in the lower district at this time.
Well, you guys are like I said, the main district was the one who took the full
Yes.
blunt of the attack.
Hmm.
But yeah,
But I do recall that even the main district is not very much like the upper city where it's well lit up.
no, not at all.
So I'll be in the middle of trying to continue to help people, telling them to probably return to like the Arcane Academy for now to deal with their burns. That unfortunately I don't have the power to help you, but I can help you get where you need to be for safety.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't necessarily like stop moving about when Rin appears, but I will, regard her and obviously pay attention to her.
Okay. Yeah, because Rin shifts out of her cat and she grabs his arm and, to kind of get more of your attention. And she goes, Oi, I figured you'd be here. I know you want to keep helping, but give others a chance. I know you're going to be leaving, but there's something I gotta show you.
Ooh.
I'll kind of look over for a few moments. You're definitely right that you would have had to actually like grab onto me. I would have really just done little more than just kind of give you a nod of courtesy before continuing to move forward. But grabbing my attention via grabbing my arm, yeah, that will be enough to actually stop me for a few moments, and I'll kind of furrow my brow for a moment and say, there is still more to do here. I can't just leave. And it's pretty obvious that, I mean, if I recall, the dragon attack happened very early morning, and
Somewhat early-ish, yeah.
since then, Ambrose has literally not even stopped to eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely look a little worse for wear. Especially since I did actually get burnt a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
One of which by the actual stone.
Correct. Rin says, I know, but trust me, you can be back here after you want. We need to eat and drink, and trust me, a couple of kids want to meet you at the academy.
My expression shifts a couple of times as I, completely turn around and stare at you. Stare at Rin, that is, and I'll think for a few moments, and then I will look back towards, because I imagine at this point there's kind of been like a group of people that have been kind of like following me around and also providing aid to some people and
Yeah.
rallying others.
You can also see that not only people, but like machines have also joined. Of course, there is the Borealis little army of helping robots that are pretty much everywhere at this point. But the guards as well, the freaking mechanical guards of the upper city have also joined. They're
And
all
so-
like trying to help.
I'll say to the couple of people that have probably been focused on whatever I've been doing, I'll say to them, give your support to House Trishul and the guards. You'll be able to help them more than I can help you. I need to return to the academy. Stay safe and give your support where you can. Thank you for all that you've done.
They will acknowledge this and, of course, continue with their own things. And I'm assuming you're just following?
Yeah, it's quite obvious. I will follow Rin, but it's pretty obvious that I keep on looking around to things that have been going on. I imagine by now the fires have been subdued, but there's probably still a lot of stuff gone wrong. I mean, we are talking about the aftermath of a dragon here.
Yeah, of course. I
And-
mean, yeah, the dragon fire is not
And
not something very nice.
And I certainly look a bit disturbed, but I also look like I haven't really sat down at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, before Ambrose makes it back, Kipper would at least just spot Ambrose as he's healing and just start making his way over.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
What?
I don't mean to, I don't mean to interrupt you, but just to make sure you're aware, Rin is with me.
Yeah, no, I know. I was also texting Granny.
Momo.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was known.
The
This
funny
is like
thing
getting to
is,
like real life.
Kipper doesn't see her yet. Kipper just zoned in on you, and he's walking over to you specifically.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make that known.
Okay.
Okay, well, Kipper's probably going to kind of yip from across the way and just yell, Ambrose! Ambrose, wait! Just kind of, he's a little distant, so he can just see tall rock man.
I stand out.
Yeah.
You do stand out.
So he's not necessarily running because he's not in energy to run.
Okay.
But he eventually makes it there.
Okay. I would say, let me read what Crenia said. Rin would lead Ambrose to the more clearer paths until they reach the academy. Ambrose can probably tell she is not looking too great, but she's not speaking much. Hearing Kipper's voice, though, she immediately shifts into a cat and runs away.
I'll just kind of like watch Rin just kind of basically disappear and give kind of a weird look, considering she just told me to follow her and then went a lot faster than Ambrose can probably move, I imagine.
He's a little chaotic, so probably.
Oh god, it was the Homer Simpson walking into the bushes. But I will kind of turn to the sound of Kipper's voice and I kind of just look around a bit confused.
Because he's so small from a distance?
A little bit of
Or
that, and
because the
also
rain disappeared?
both.
Mhm.
So Kipper gets to there, and Kipper's just gonna be like, Ambrose, I seriously messed up. He just kind of waiting for an Ambrose reaction. Ambrose does not know what happened in the conversation, but he at least knows what happened with the whole dragon scenario.
Yeah, so basically, the moment the dragon disappeared from view, Ambrose walked away, which is before you even exited the polymorph.
Mm-hmm.
So I will just kind of look down at you for a few moments and say, okay, well, Rin wants me to head to the academy, so let's talk on the way, I suppose.
You saw Rin. When was that?
Well, she was here moments ago.
Oh,
And
crap.
I will kind of like look around and consider trying to continue to help, seeing as Ren is not here, but I will decide to opt to listen to what Ren requested, and I will start walking towards the academy. But I will, pause to make sure Kipper is following me. And oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. You can finish what you were thinking.
Okay, I was just going to mention that, I imagine Kipper would probably recognize that Ambrose looks a little tired.
Yeah. I was acting just beyond stupid, and I almost got myself killed, and I almost got you guys hurt. But I kind of exploded on Rin afterwards. And she didn't deserve it, but I was just seeing red.
What exactly did you say?
This is gonna sound really dumb, but I had just been feeling like I haven't been much of a help recently, and I've just been inconsequential in every battle, and I feel like I'm just keeping you guys topped off just enough to be on the cusp of death, but never fully taken by it. And I think when she turned me into a rabbit, it really just, I think if it had been any other time, I would have laughed it off, but seeing Fisher puts me over that red line, and I stop thinking. So I blew up at her because she turned me into the caricature of what I thought I was, and I need to apologize to her at some point, but I don't think she wants to see me.
I will think for a couple of moments, not saying anything, and eventually the words that come out of my mouth are, you can. I'm probably walking like a step or two ahead of you as I'm kind of quote unquote leading to the academy, but keeping any pace with me, I kind of like bring a hand to my mouth and say, "So, why, you here? Wouldn't you have been better off speaking with Rexmoa or Taurin? I left immediately. You must have searched for me."
I left them immediately after I blew up on Rin, and, so I started walking towards the city's exit, but that was before the fog cleared up, and then I could actually see the injured around me. So I've just been healing, and I guess around this point is when I saw you, and I figured I'd need to meet up with the group at some point.
As we're kind of walking, it's pretty obvious that even though I am heading to the academy, I keep on stopping and providing a bit of like extra support to people around me, picking up rubble and moving it out of the way, and doing what little I can, even with the exhaustion kind of hitting me. And after I stop my interruption to the conversation and return back, I will say, "So you are doubting yourself again? You say that you barely kept us alive, but In my opinion, if you were not there, Rexmoa, Taurin, myself, each of us would be dead. I can throw myself into combat because I know you're behind me. I am perfectly aware that while my body is strong and durable, even I cannot survive being cut in two. If I get stabbed multiple times, I will bleed out and die. And while I would still do that if it meant saving someone else, part of my courage, my bravery, stems from the knowledge that there are others beside me. I know that I will not stay dead for long, because you are there to support me.
And I'll always be here to support you. Even if sometimes we say stupid things or do stupid things. I guess it was just my turn this time.
You know, Kip, I like to think that I understand you rather well. We have not traveled long together, but I do believe I understand you. I would not have vowed to be your family otherwise. I would think that you recognize that. The words that I told you, they were not meaningless. They were my bond to you, and they are unshakable.
I recognize that. And I know that what you say is always true. It's just this, this isn't my first family. I know what can happen. And I've seen it crumble. I don't want to see that again. And I fear, with how everything is going, I won't be able to hold it together. And,
Why? No, sorry.
Sorry. Kipper's about to relay the other news. And at this point, he's gonna start breaking a little facially. When I cleared my head on the way out, I thought it best to use my sending and contact the Mayor of Mistbell. And, I tried warning him. Mistbell has already been burned. He's fine, and I called to make sure that Jagrin is fine, but they don't know how many are dead.
I see. We can...
At this point,
Continue.
Kipper's definitely, crying a lot.
We can continue that conversation with the others. But it is good to hear that there are some that have survived. The fact that any did is good news, even if it doesn't sound like it.
I couldn't stop him. I didn't. Only reaction I could get out of him was that of nuisance.
Kipper, why do you think that Rin cast that spell on you?
I know now why. I know that whatever's on that dragon isn't Fisher anymore, or at least the sniveling little bastard that I knew. But I just hoped he was in there, and I thought that maybe I could at least pause him for a moment, so something could be done, so Borealis could have made the kill shot, or... He's too much of a threat to you guys.
I'll kind of look back at you for a few moments, and I am frowning, but it's not very heavy or anything. And I'll say, I'll kind of point at the chest plate that I am wearing and say, you know, I figured the dragon would appear here. Galvanthir, Galvathir, and now Strale. In their moments of weakness, Fisher appeared. That's why I had Borealis enchant the armor. I knew he was going to come here at some point. Like I said, I know you. And so, I told Rin about the dragon and about Fisher. I knew that you would chase after him to do everything you could. So I asked her to keep you safe. She only kept her promise to me, as I am keeping my promise to you.
I really messed things up with her, didn't I?
Time will tell. I do not know what you said specifically.
I don't even know if I fully remember. I just need to relay what I know to the others.
The first step is doing what we can. After all is said and done, I do not know what you plan, but I will be returning here. And if my brother decides that he wishes to accompany me, I would be happy with that. But if you return, you have to remember that I will be supported by House Trishul, and that includes Ren. It would
I
be in
know.
poor taste if you were not. If you had spited her and never set things right.
I fully intend to apologize. Whether my apology is accepted or not is not up to me. But I will try. Can we go to see the others now?
I need to head to the academy, as per Rin's wishes.
She probably wouldn't want to see me. But I also can't seem to remember where the others are going.
Perhaps she doesn't. But putting off your apology too long is not good either.
I'll come with you. At least I'll be able to say goodbye to Scout and the others. And then, of course, apologize to the Trishul sisters for being an absolute pain in their rear end.
There is a way to fix things. Be better and listen to them. Zephyr was right. We are all in this together. And without them, we would have died. We would not have made it this far. You should trust in them, the same that you trust in me.
Yeah. Kipper's just kind of shuffling a little bit with his hands. He knows what he should do, but he's also definitely puffy in the face and a little shaky, just kind of like not in the mindset where he wants to do any of that, but he's gonna let Ambrose take him to the academy to at least do such a thing.
All right. So you guys are able to get to the Arcane Academy now. You know the way. Not that difficult to find. Let's see. Rin, where are you going to be waiting, or how is this going to be?
I am listening to Rin. I am heading to the academy.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I mean. You guys are all going. Oh, okay. Rin is going to be waiting at the doorway of the academy. You guys would show up eventually.
Would she stay there as Kipper is there as well, or?
Well, Greenor, do tell me. Is she going to? She is there, okay.
I will walk up to the doorway of the academy, of course. I imagine either beside me or closely behind Kipper. and I will regard Rin and give a nod and kind of glance behind to Kipper.
Kipper's arms are kind of, when he sees Rin, his arms are just wrapped around his stomach, and he's head down, kind of sheepishly walking up to the entrance. I'm sorry.
Rin said,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
I was reading
yeah,
this.
let Rin speak first.
Rin is gonna reach in her pocket and hold out her hand. She goes, "Take this," she muttered. "A good berry." Rin isn't looking at Kipper.
I'll look a little conflicted for a moment, but I will nod and take the good berry and quickly just throw it in my mouth, and I won't say anything for now. But I'll kind of, looking at Rin, I do have a somewhat sympathetic expression on my face.
It is very filling and delicious.
Kipper is going to, as walking past, he's just going to stop next to Rin and, head still down, just say, "I'm sorry I was so horrible to you. Thank you for watching over them." And Kipper's going to just continue walking down the hall.
I will stay outside
You're staying outside?
for a bit, because I'm waiting on Rin to say something.
Oh, okay. Rin is gonna glance at Kipper and she says, "Sorry ain't enough. Not what I need right now. Ambrose, follow me, please." Her words are almost cold and stiff.
As expected.
I will kind of open my mouth for a moment, but I will opt to not say anything and nod to Rin and say, wherever I need to go.
Okay, so I guess, am I still following or am I staying behind?
Well, that is up to you. Rin does
It
want
depends on
Ambrose to
if it was
follow.
an invitational thing.
Rin does want Ambrose to follow, but you know. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, also, yeah, I should have mentioned, during the sorry, Kipper was still visibly tearing up. The same as when he blew up the first time. It's just been a consistent, not good face day for him.
Mhm.
Just crinkly.
Rin sighs a little, then just takes his wrist. Just follow. Only you, please. So then lead him down a hallway to a room, opening a door. I'm assuming this is to Ambrose, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll kind of give a glance to Kipper. But again, I'm not going to say anything for now. Though I will kind of give a strange look to Rin as she kind of like essentially pulls me around.
Yeah.
Not obviously, I'm not resisting or anything. Letting her lead me around. And I will head into whatever room that she's referring to.
Yep. Rin, what room are you referring to? Ooh, okay. The door opened into what is almost like an office, and there's a bench there. Sitting on a bench are a couple of kids, probably in the early teens by the look of it. One is a girl, pale skin with long black hair tied in a messy, loose braid. She looks almost human from afar, but at a closer glance you can see she has small patches of yellow and white scales on her cheek. Next to her is a boy who seems quite human, with bright blue eyes, wearing a rather large brim hat he seems to have found from somewhere, or it was given to him. He is shorter than the girl, legs kicking back and forth as he's sitting on the girl and the boy are holding hands as they sit and wait, looking around at the room as they're trying to get used to seeing the surroundings, all of this kind of fancier. As soon as they see you looking at them, the boy will immediately wave his hand, and the girl wave as well, but she's a little bit more shy.
Hello. I hope the two of you are comfortable here.
The girl speaks and she says, You're a big brother, right? The girl's voice is shaky as she speaks. I am, Ash. And he's Pam. We saw you in the pictures, the memories. The boy hops off the bench and sticking his hand out for Ambrose to shake.
I'll look between the two of them a few moments. Do I happen to recognize them at all?
I don't know, Greenie. Does he?
Roll a d20 for memory.
I would say, well, Greenie says after a moment you probably would. Vaguely correct. Ambrose, from where you recognize them, actually, do give me a history check, please.
Alrighty, history. Where is it? There we go. 21.
Yeah. At first, you don't quite recognize them, but as you kind of, start looking at them a little bit more, you shake the hand of the kid, he goes, the memory comes back to you. you remember these people in the orphanage that you grew up in. These were very, very young. Almost, I guess, new from by the time you were always there. Yeah, like max 10-ish years.
I'll continue staring at them for a few moments. The first words that come out of my mouth is, "Big brother, I'm the memories." And I'll kind of close my eyes for a few moments, and looking between the two of them, I will kind of hover a hand over my mouth for a few moments and look to the side. I see. Well, yes, if you would still call me that after I left you. I don't deserve such a title.
And the girl continues, we remember all what happened with Mother Superior. We should have helped you. Sorry. She bows her head.
No, I failed. I failed at both of you. I failed all of them. I'm sorry for not being strong enough for you. I left you behind. I'm sorry. And I'll kind of like fall to my knee slightly and kind of lower my head as far down as I can.
The girl looks at the boy, then back at the big man, then shakes her head. But you protected us as much as you could. Mother Superior, she did so many mean things to you. We should have been braver, too, like you.
I kind of keep my head low. Almost in a way, like prostrating myself. And though it may not be obvious at first, from beneath me onto the floor, a couple of droplets of water start to fall. Though, of course, they are not water, they are tears. And I will say, no, it was my job as the eldest to provide and support you. No matter what happened, I should have sticked around. I was selfish. I abandoned you. I could have got you all killed. I'm sorry. Anything. There's no way you can forgive me. I had no eldest brother to you. I am just a poor imitation.
Ash is going to kind of crouch down since she can't see his face anymore, just to kind of stare at you. And she goes, but you came back. And now, can be a family again, right? Me and Spam would like that.
I will start to look up between the two of them. Immediately, anyone that is in the room can see that there is just tears trickling down my face, and the glowing lines that are on my face, and the ones that the two children recognize as not being natural, but the scars of the past. They are dull and pulsating with the same sort of sadness that the tears come with. And I will say, you would truly still want that after I abandon you. After everything I failed to do.
Is it?
There was so much I could have done, and I left you for a better life for myself. I got to live in happiness while you continued to suffer. I don't deserve to be your family.
Ash is just going to sit down on the floor now. We didn't really live that much longer. She looks a bit sad. Don't say that. Of course we want you. Who else would we want? We could have been worse off it if it wasn't for you.
I am struggling to not frown, the tears continuing to fall. And I will say, I will be starting my own orphanage. One that is in the name of my true father, in Vieren's name, the one in those memories, the one who taught me that there is a life beyond suffering and pain, that there is good and happiness to be found in helping others. I am going to undo everything that woman did. It will be here in Strale. In the name of Vithius and in the name of Viren, I am going to undo everything that she did.
Ash's eyes will brighten at this. Then, can we come back there and live there? Because, even if it's been a long time for you, we still remember you as our big brother. Protected us and gave us food.
I will clear my throat for a moment and kind of wipe at my eyes with a knuckle and say, if that's what you desire, if you wish to opt to continue living with me despite what I've done, I would be happy to provide any and all support to the two of you. I will spend the rest of my life making sure the children of Strale are educated, protected, sheltered, given food and water. I will never let another person in Strale suffer as I or you did.
Ash will smile properly at this, then talk spam a bit so they can both give their big brother a hug. We'll help you out, she said. We're not that old still, but we're not small kids either.
I will kind of remain kneeling there for a moment, a bit unsure of what to do as the two hug me. But after a few moments, I will return it, gently wrapping my arms around them, and say, I will rely on you then. And I hope that you can rely on me. I will ensure that all of us are given peace. All of Strale. I promise I will do everything in my power. I will never repeat anything Evelyn did. And everything I will do will be for a better future.
That will be good, Ash replies. She gives her big brother a pat on his back. We believe in you, right, Spam? And the little guy gives him 2 thumbs up.
I will need to leave for a bit. You own the dragon in the skies. And I will kind of shift away for a moment and continue to say, I need to make sure that that dragon does not harm anyone else. But I will return. I made a promise to myself, to Vithius, to all of Strale, and to you. I will return, so that I may live, so that I may right the wrongs that have been committed against Strale. I do not know how long it will take me.
Rin will speak up. She goes, I'll take care of these kiddos while you're gone, big guy. You do what you gotta do. They'll be safe here. Ash sniffles a little but nods. We can wait a little longer.
Once I return, yes, we can be a family again, if that's what you wish. I make this vow to you under the watchful gaze of Vithius herself.
Very good, very good. Before that, though, I got something for you. Rin say. Oh shit. Sorry.
Yeah,
I read the second one. Ash and Spam would nod at this, then Ash would say, we have lots of questions, but for now, I think it looks like you could sleep. Then Rin says the thing.
I will kind of look back, but for a moment, I will continue to kneel, and this time I'm going to kind of offer a hand to both of the children. And assuming they take it,
Most likely, yes.
I will pull them into another hug, and I don't say anything for a few moments, but after a bit, I will say, I am so happy you're okay. Thank you for being alive.
Ash would nod at this, crying slightly as well. But you always wondered if you were glad to know that... We're glad to know that you're fine too.
I have traveled a lot, but sometime soon, I'll tell you everything.
Rin is gonna watch for a moment and nod at the kids. Alright, you can head to bed then, she says, smiling. The kids would, obviously, after waving goodbye, they will just go to where, you know, their beds would be, exiting the room and stuff.
I will stand and kind of turn around to Rin, wiping out my eyes for a few moments, and I will walk a bit closer to Rin, and as I am assuming she's about to say something, I will probably interrupt her, and I am going to attempt to hug her. Thank you. Thank you. There's nothing in this life I could have wanted more than that.
Rin is going to be surprised about the hug, but then return it tightly as well.
I thought they were dead. I thought all of my brothers and sisters were gone into the afterlife.
Rin says, "They found me themselves when I came here, so I had to find you."
I never would have thought that my siblings would have still loved me. I thought they would have hated me.
Rin says, "Also, why I had to find you. Because I know that's what you would have thought."
I will stay quiet for a few moments, but I will eventually let go, and I will wipe my face with a knuckle. Thank you. Really, I don't even know what to say.
Rin will sigh. "Sorry I ran off earlier, but yeah, here." She is going to hold out a bag. "I wanted to give you this before you leave." What may be in the bag?
I will look at her for a few moments, but then I will grab it.
Minecraft diamonds. Oh. How many Minecraft diamonds in the bag? Rin is gonna find a small money bag. Well, you are gonna find a small money bag. I'm assuming, Ambrose, you are gonna find a small money bag with 200 gold and a stone in there. And she says, gold, but also, remember that sending stone? Like I said, it's your mug. Might as well keep in touch. And, oh, as you heard, it is a sending stone as well.
I will look down at the bag, kind of opening it slightly before closing it, and I will nod to her and say, I thank you. I appreciate it. Do I still need to be careful about how often I contact you?
Rin nods at that, then pats his arm, and she goes, it's fine. You'll be hearing more yapping from me anyways.
The glowing lines along my face have started to become a bit brighter. No longer that very dull color that accompanies my grief. And while my expression is still a bit rough around the edges, the tears aren't flowing much more. And I will say to her, truly, I thank you so much. My voice is kind of failing me due to my cold.
No. That's why I have a lot of water with me.
I empty.
Rin shakes her head. I'll accept the thanks, but you better now. Wait, huh? I'm sorry, I am a little. Oh, you better know.
No.
Okay, sorry. I'll accept the thanks, but you better know you helped us as much as we helped you.
I will return in the future. All I can ask for is that orphanage is given the aid that I would be given instead.
She goes, yeah, you better, dum-dum. Rin lets out a small laugh. And don't worry, you'll find it there. And maybe a wall or two to knock down.
I will kind of look back to where the children went away and back to Rin and say, while I'm gone, please keep them comfortable in my stead. It pains me to leave, but there is important things going on, and I must use my strength where it's needed most.
Rin pokes Ambrose. Oh, shush. You know I will. But yeah, don't worry. you keep your mind focused on what you have to do. Save the damn world.
And I will kind of stare off to where the kids went off to and just kind of go silent. Granny, refresh the page.
Oh no!
No!
Greenie, what are you doing, Maya? What the fuck?
I bet she hit Control R.
Oh no.
No.
That's a bummer. Let's her rewrite.
She gonna die. Greenie is gone. Forever shall be missed.
She's loading in. Hang on.
Bryn is gonna sigh. Man, I'll miss you, but we'll meet again, so I won't be around much longer. You go with your friends.
The manor, I assume.
Yeah. She is gonna jump up and flick your forehead and she get.
Right. I will make the same promise to you as them. I will return. Dragon or Crenia herself. Nothing will stop me from righting the wrongs that Evelyn committed. And with that, I will give her a nod. And I will begin to walk away unless she says something else. Okay.
Yeah. Bryn will shift into a cat as he speaks. She rubs against his leg for a moment, then, with a meow, she runs off. Oh, false salute, very important. Sorry. My bad,
Yeah.
bad, man.
Yeah, come on.
My bad.
That's like forgetting the thumbs up, come on.
True.
That's like forgetting a comma and the sentence changes.
But yeah, so you are left there now, Ambrose.
Yes. I will leave the room, still sniffling a bit and kind of rubbing at my eyes a bit more. And I will seek out Kipper to head to the manor.
Kipper is curled in a ball, probably right next to whatever door he was last left at.
Looking down, I will say, "Oi, we should go back to the manor. Rexmoa and Taurin should be there."
Just give me a minute. And he kind of just looks up, seeing Ambrose is there, and just starts repositioning himself from being a little crumple in the corner. Just wiping his face, getting himself like a people person again. Okay. Let's see the rest of our family.
And I imagine it's quite obvious that, strangely enough, I look to be in greater spirits, though there is this obvious kind of shift in my demeanor. It's apparent that there is some stains of tears on my face, but ever so slightly, there is a smile. And my Sodar veins are gold in color, staying a vibrant hue. That's what I was trying to say.
Kipper, getting up would just be like, I'm happy that you're doing better. And he just grabs his hand, with his hand, of course, normal thing, and he's just like, I'm ready when you are.
If you didn't hear, I will explain with the rest of the group.
Kipper would just force a smile and kind of endearingly close his eyes, kind of like when you're trying to smile with your eyes. And he's just going to be like, I'd love to hear all about it.
And I will begin to head to the upper city, and the manor specifically, of course.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, you guys already know the place, so you can just walk over to the Trishul Manor, where everybody would be meeting.
Holding hands.
Well, everybody would be meeting, and yeah, I mean, the House Trishul would be there as well. Borealis mostly. Saphir, I will say Saphir's there. Fuck it, you know, he's also chilling over there as well. All the party, by the way, would have been summoned, so eventually you all gather around back in the upper city, back in House Trishul.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, Kipper and Ambrose, you're finally here. I was just talking to Lady Borealis. We had a very touching conversation. I told her that I did, in fact, read her diary. It was very intense. But we managed to resolve our differences and come together right before we were about to leave. Very convenient.
Thor just looks back and forth.
Very convenient.
Yeah. I just thought it was pertinent that I read Lady Borealis' diary, and she deserved to know, because after all, if that happened to me, I would want to know as well. But anyways...
So, number one, Kipper's not registering really much of what was said. And he is going to, seeing Rexmoa, just kind of immediately run up and hug him. Just kind of talking into, I guess, his shirt. I didn't mean what I said before.
Oh, I know, lad, I know.
Yeah, Kipper's just a bit melty. Dang. I was gonna say something, but my brain juked out my butthole.
Forgive us for being late. I had been focused on the people of Strale, and then I ran into Rin and went to the Arcane Academy.
Oh. Well, you can tell us all about it right after we conclude this. Kipper, do you need a tissue, or I just produce a little handkerchief and try to give it to him?
He's gonna look up and be so wet in the face and just be like,
Repeating cheese.
Oh, no.
Well, Lady Borealis, I think if you have something to say, I think he's paying attention.
Yeah, and you see, obviously, at House Trishul, everybody's just kind of relaxing after a hard day of labor. Of course, Percy's there bringing some drinks for everybody. And you see the odd little robot here and there. Normal sights from the Trishul Manor. Borealis herself is, sitting in her study. She's kind of like, slumped back on her chair. It's kind of resting. And she goes, well, yes, I was able to find you a boat. The fastest I could find. We'll sail tomorrow at dawn. And, well, you should be expected to be in Mistbell soon. Unfortunately, we cannot portal you there because portals only work to places where we have entirely been, and I don't really want to teleport you in the middle of a of a dragon attack, if you can understand.
Makes total sense.
Yes, the best bet is for you to travel by sea and, well, get to Mistbell there. Of course, I should tell you, do tread carefully. This is a dragon we're talking about, and it looked very angry. Trust me, I know a little bit about dragons.
I'm sure we'll be okay. As long as we have each other, right?
Of course.
We are together, and that's what grants us our strength.
And she goes,
Kipper's head
correct.
would just be down during that part.
And she goes, correct. You already have 3 of the stones. Fascinating. And, well, of course, from my end and from House Trishaw, it has been an honor to be able to meet you, work with you, and, of course, take down evil in Port Strale. And she does, like, some, like, air punches.
It was a chaotic experience, but it was great having you as well.
The honor is ours. I know we're not leaving Port Strale in the most, well, peaceful state, but I've worked with you all long enough to know it is in good hands.
To that, Zephyr would also chime in and she would say, and from the Arcane Academy, of course, we are also glad to have met and worked together as well. And, of course, the Academy's gates will always be open for any, hopefully not dragon-related issues, if you can understand.
Kipper is just going to walk up to probably Borealis first or Zephyr. Honestly, it doesn't matter because it's gonna happen to them both, and he's just gonna give him a hug. And just kind of tone deaf a little bit, but he's just gonna be like, I know I was problematic while I was here, but I'm at least happy that I was of some use.
And as you hug her, she's kind of like, whoa. You are very small in comparison, by the way.
Yeah.
Reminder, they are taller than even Ambrose.
Yes, the 2 ladies are very tall.
That's okay. That doesn't mean anything to Kipper. Everyone's tall against Kipper.
And she gives you a gentle, like, pat, trying not to touch too much. Just kind of like pat. And she goes, oh, it's all okay. Thank you. We appreciated having you, and of course, you were very helpful, not only to us, but to the people of Port Strale. And as you finish the hug with Borealis and you, I'm assuming you're gonna go to Zephyr.
Yeah. Kipper's like, you're not getting away without one of these.
And Zephyr just kind of takes half a step back and she goes, I'm not much for hugs, thank you.
And then Kipper blows his nose into the... just kind of wipes his face and blows his nose. He's like, yeah, that's okay. And then he hugs her anyway.
As you move closer to hug her, Sophia just kind of lifts a hand and you're kind of stopped and you get pushed gently backwards.
Rexmoa grabs him by the collar and it's like, lad, you should respect their personal space.
Okay. I'll write you a letter. I think you just seem like the type of person who'd appreciate a letter.
That
Speaking
would
of
be
which, Kipper procures a it's kind of like a piece of paper that's been folded into a square, but it's smudgy and mildly damp.
okay.
And he hands it to Borealis. And it's just like, this is for Rin whenever she's in the mood to read it.
And Borealis takes the paper and she goes, "Oh, yes, of course, I will let her know that you sent it." She sets it on her desk very neatly.
I'm okay if she doesn't accept the apology. There's nothing I can do on that part, but at least if I can express my regret. And Kipper just steps back and kind of squeezes in between his friends.
Okay. And as you know, Kipper, you come back, Borealis speaks up again and she goes, "Well, before you leave, I will ask you if you could stay for just a little bit longer. We have a dinner for all of you in thanks. Of course, not that a dinner is going to be enough to thank you for what you've done, but it's, well, at least right now, the least we could."
It's gonna be
I
quite delicious. They all don't appreciate, hard bread and salted fish as much as I do, so I'm sure it will be nice to enjoy a fine meal before we head out in the morning. For days upon the barren sea.
I don't want to go back out in the water.
I don't know if this changes anything. If this changes the period of our departure, but I sent for IU sending to contact the mayor, and after the dragon had left, apparently he arrived in Miss Bell shortly after, and Miss Bell is little more than cinders. And Kipper kind of just gets a little bit more shaky in his voice during this. He said that he was fine, and that a large portion of the residents are fine. They evacuated them. Many of them are injured, and my home is gone.
Rexmoa puts a hand on Kipper's shoulder. The people, they're still there. Misspell is just a place. A home is something more than that, lad.
I don't know how many died, and I wasn't able to even distract him for a moment. If I had been able to stop him, even if it meant my life, at least maybe those that he killed wouldn't have been in the end.
Borealis and Saphir look quite sad. You know, they lower her heads in respect for this. But Borealis speaks up and she goes, "Well, I'm sure this is not enough time to burn a whole city down. I'm pretty sure there's going to be damage, yes, but keep your hopes up, okay? I think that you will find there is still hope.
It's just a place. The people I cared about in that city are either outside of it or dead. So I'll be fine. What's next is to deal with him.
Well, come what may, Kipper. We'll be here for you. Either way. We'll find you some answers when we get there. But family is more than just a house. You can always rebuild houses, right? But
Yeah. Does this mean that we're still on for dinner tonight? Or are we canceling that?
We can't leave until the boat leaves. That'll be tomorrow at dawn. We may as well gather our strength for now.
I'll try to get something in me if I can.
And the two sisters just kind of exchange a look, but they just go, like they just kind of gesture and go, well, then let us get started, okay? Let's not ruin the night. And they just kind of gesture over towards the exit of the studio.
right.
And I actually have some good news for a change as well.
Hmm?
Let us begin eating first.
Well then.
Hmm.
Let's dig in, I guess.
And obviously, of course, you guys would be taken to the dining hall of the manor, one that you already know. This one would be much more decorated now. You would see a lot of the tiny, like, helper robots just going around, fixing things, cleaning stuff. It's, just to put it in perspective, there's so many little robots in the manor. It's kind of insane. Each one of them has their own task. They're all doing things very coordinated. There are no messes. There are no things like that. It's just, going here and there. And of course, Percy is directing some of them, and Borealis, of course, is directing all others. Eventually, you get to the manor. The table is made, and it looks a lot more fancy. Of course, this is nighttime. Everything is very well lit up. The table is ready. You guys take your seats, and as soon as you do, the food starts coming in. Many dishes. Different entrees, a lot of fancy things that you guys normally would not have. Because, this is not an adventurer's meal. Rather a very, very luxurious one. Of course, as you may know, there's a lot of food being put on the table, and obviously everybody starts to dig in, eat slowly. Food, drinks, there's everything, pretty much. So you guys can eat and be full at your heart's content this night.
My, it's a lot different than the first time the last few times we had dinner here.
You guys ever miss the plain dagger?
I do miss their soup. Didn't they have mystery soup or something?
Wizard porridge.
Yes. Wizard porridge.
Porridge.
Wizard.
Is that the one with the meat bits in it?
That's the one with the gruel.
Honestly, it's hard to get used to this. The last years of my life, I've spent it eating bland food.
Well, I hope you don't plan on serving that up at the orphanage.
Of course not. Children deserve food that brings them life and nutrients.
Food is joy, after all.
Indeed. It'll be a nice farewell to Port Strale. And how's Treshul? I'll just raise whatever glass is at the table and just nod towards Borealis and Zephyr.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea. Cheers.
Yeah, the sisters also cheer.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
I will return. Whenever I manage to get that orphanage up and running, all of you are welcome.
That's right. I'll help with the garden.
And I'll help with the curriculum.
I will likely need it. I do not have many skills besides the sword, and it would be wrong of me to teach children only how to fight. They need to know that they can choose any avenue they desire.
I'm assuming you'd probably want a doctor on call. Probably. And I can do other tasks as well. I used to be somewhat of a caretaker.
If you're in town, I would appreciate it. And to teach me more on food.
After this... Oh, sorry.
I was just going to add, I only know the basics of medicine, bandaging and no more.
I think after this, I don't know where else I would go if it was without any of you.
Well, I'd have to take Mina home first. But then after that, I don't know. There's Galarian. But then, who knows where that'll go?
When I wake up tomorrow, would you want me to use sending for him? See how he's doing?
You know, that'd be a splendid idea. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
But I mentioned news, didn't I?
Yes.
And I will smile softly and say, I saw some of my childhood siblings. They are alive.
That's good news for you.
They still see me as their brother.
It must have been a touching reunion for you, Ambrose. Even more reason for you to make it back here.
Yes. I promised them that we would be family once more. That they would be together with me in the orphanage. And in turn, they promise to do what they can for their new siblings.
It just seems like our family's growing then.
It's amazing. They kept their hearts open after all these years. Weren't you kind of worried in some ways?
I held no hope that they were alive. And if they were, I figured they'd hate me. Hmm. I'm glad that I get to reunite with them. For now, I'll have to leave. But I'll return and undo what that madwoman did to them. And I'll ensure the rest of Strale's children are given a better life.
I think we're almost at an end to this journey of ours. There's only one stone left, and then, well, from there, who knows what'll happen. I only hope that, well, it ends for everyone being able to return where they want to.
Though, I must admit, I do have something else planned that was not something I ever thought possible.
Hmm?
What's that?
Hmm.
I think Ambrose met someone.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
Well, it appears that I have caught feelings for a certain fairy that we have traveled with.
Which fairy could he be talking about?
Rexmoa, you're not rich fairy.
Hmm?
Gee.
Oh, yeah. Does she know? How do you know?
No.
Hmm.
I told her that the next time I saw her,
Uh-huh.
I had something important to say.
Uh-huh.
Ambrose.
You-
Ambrose.
Is it the big question?
I
I gotta know.
I I don't think he'd move that fast if they haven't started dating yet. And
Adventuring brings people together. That's how my mom and dad met, and that's how I met my spouse. You know, it's a funny story. I'll tell you someday.
I mean, it's how I met
I'm
Galarian.
sure you
Just
will.
another example. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Oh my
So,
god.
I have a feeling, Ambrose, that she knows.
So, have you two been talking a lot then that we don't know about? Hmm?
Lady Boy, Allison, Zafir listening to us.
They are there.
Are they like? Is it like attentive, or are they
Okay.
pretending
Yeah,
not to listen? But
no,
they are
they are invested.
listening?
And I mean, I will say there is this kind of strange gold coloring to the face of Ambrose. Hmm.
Oh, look at. Is he blushing? I think he's blushing.
Well, I mentioned that I have visited the Feywild in my dreams a few times. And
Mhm.
then I have spoken with Chi more than once. And, well, I have come to learn that the feeling that I had for her is not the same that I have for all of you. I consider you family. But the care that I have for her is simply not the same. I know not how to describe it.
some things transcend words, Ambrose. Don't, well, try to force the feeling into words that don't suit it. I'm happy for you. Well, and the Queen of the Fae is quite the... You're gonna have so many stories to tell the people back at the orphanage.
Well then. Can't keep Chi waiting then, it sounds like. So we have to go take care of this dragon and find the stone. Got it.
Yes. Wrap this up as soon as possible, perhaps.
Possibly. But that also leaves the question about the Titans. What are we going to do with the power? I mean, is it going to activate anything, you think? Like, there was mention of a great fight.
It is hard to say. But we cannot allow that prophecy to come to term.
Agreed.
You just have to find out how and quickly. Whatever we decide, I just want to make sure that you're all out of it in one piece.
Of course, lad. You all have much to do after this. Well, it's not so little of an adventure anymore. But, well, you all have your whole lives ahead of you. And, well, I'm not about to let any of you waste them.
Well, what about you, Rexmoa? What are your big plans?
Well, my plan is what it always was. I'm gonna go home.
The last journey, huh?
One last adventure. That's what I used to always say to her. Just one more, and then I would be back for good. And this time I mean it.
Well, I'm sure your wife and kids would be happy to have you back. How long has it been since you've been adventuring?
It's hard to say. Well, I actually wasn't quite as young as you all were when I started. I spent a lot of the time in the university, you see. I was mostly into scholarly pursuits at the request of my mother, but, well, one day I was out gathering herbs to act as reagents, and then, well, I met her. And, well, she asked me if I was joining along the expedition, and I kind of just said yes. I never had really been, and to be honest, I was kind of, a little out of touch for someone as old as I was at the time. And that's really what got me started. It was all just to spend time with her. And eventually I just grew a fondness for it. And eventually it went from, well, us going on expeditions together to her staying back at the university and attending her own studies, and our brood and me going out to, well, always have one last adventure.
Aw, so in a way you had two... I mean, you had your love at home, but you also had the love of adventuring. Very nice. Probably not the same without her, though, right?
No, not at all. It might come as a surprise, but she was always the more responsible one out of the two of us.
You don't say.
No.
Does she handle the finances?
Yeah, she basically took care of all the supplies and well, I enjoyed the food more, but she's the one who gathered it. And she would plan out the routes, get in contact with our field reps in the area, and now that I think about it, I would mostly just tag along and take the notes, gather the artifacts, and occasionally, disarm the traps and all that. It all just kind of blends together when we're together.
It all worked
When-
out. Go for it.
When okay. When you make that final journey home, would I be able to accompany you at least to see you off?
Of course, lad. We're a family after all, right? It's only appropriate that, well, you all meet.
Yeah. I'd really like that.
Always. Even when all of us are in the afterlife, I will consider you treasured family.
Well, you know, they say that, well, creations of the Titans, they never really are gone. We just, well, exist in the world in some other way. It's all just one big cycle. Who knows? Maybe we all have been banded together like this in another life. Maybe next time I would like to be the youngest one.
Never know how
Until
fate will spin that one.
Well, if you're the youngest one, I'll be the older one to guide you through all of your emotional fits.
That would be nice. In another life.
Well, you're not dying yet,
Who said anything about that?
so we don't have to talk about any of that just yet.
Right.
Yes. Quite right. Quite right. Did I tell you about the time I tried to detect Lady Zephyr's thoughts with my helmet and she caught me? No.
No.
Valuable lesson that day.
She just kind of points at you with her cup as you say this.
Oh.
How are you the
Yeah.
oldest of us?
It's quite alright. She'll tell it better than I can.
I wonder what it was for. Curious.
Wait, you mean Sophia can tell you or what?
Yeah, like she can like tell the story. As in, she doesn't have to tell the story, but a segue of sorts. I'm not sure if you had any way that you wanted to conclude today.
Well, yes. But first, I will have Sophia say, I will admit it was very bold trying to read the mind of the Archmage. Valiant effort. And
I just worked on everyone else without a hitch.
And so, as the night continues, the dinner, everybody is full and ready for bed. Of course, the Trishul sisters will offer you to stay at their home. And if you would like to, of course, rooms are there. You know where they are. And yeah, you guys are left at night to figure out where to spend it after the dinner and everything gets cleaned up and everything. So that is your homework for the next session, because that's all the time that I have right now. So we are going to say goodbye to the people watching the VODs on the YouTube channel. And we are gonna go raid somebody. How about that? Goodbye, VODs! Wow!
Goodbye,
Wanted squad.